The Red and the Black, the Italian Civil War, is a multiplayer first-person shooter, set in Italy during the War of Liberation from the Nazi fascists fought by the Allied troops. The game focuses on the clashes between the supporters of the fascist regime and the partisans. It was released in 2004. At the time, it introduced some innovative game mechanisms, which were then widely used up, until recently, in titles of great international importance. The player has 12 game levels available, 4 modes of play: domination, time and percentage, bomb place, bomb disarm, deathmatch and team deathmatch, and 6 female and male characters for each of the 2 factions involved. The character's class defines the arms available to the player, divided in wide arms, guns, precision rifles, lightweight and heavyweight submachine guns, heavy submachine guns and explosives. A blow to the shoulder from a knife is fatal. Feedback from the arms is useful depending on the length of continuous fire and the accidental dislocation of the barrel that players to alternate with the mouse to hold their aim. Aside from the classic team deathmatch and sabotage modes of play, 2 other domination modes are worth mentioning. The domination against the clock forces victory for the team that is in possession of the majority of the areas to dominate when the time runs out. The domination by percentage foresees the winner to be the team that had possession of the majority of the areas to dominate when the majority of the game from beginning to end. The parameters chosen by the players allows him to have a more arcade type or gaming experience or more realistic one. They also control such options as friendly fire, the hit location, the damage resistance to the arms, the enemy friend selection, and the option to respawn or not. As for the motions, the characters can run, crouch down, or walk. While running, the player cannot fire. University. This level has a very large extension and can have a maximum of 12 players. It's designed with an open central area, with some area to take over and visual obstacles, a ring-shaped area made up of colonnades, ideal for ambushes and traps, and a semicircular, high-elevated area of rooftops, which provides a perfect location for a sniper. This level supports all play modes, and is especially suitable for deathmatch and team deathmatch. The main domination comes about in central gazebo, a small area protected by columns and a wooden framework that is found precisely in the center point of the game area. The neighboring edges and the columns act as a cover for crouching motions, and the snipers, while having an extremely vast area of rooftops available to them, have to be visible to be able to fire. Istria. This level has a very large extension and can have a maximum of 12 players. It's designed with a very open beach area and is divided on different levels by a bunker. This level supports all play modes except for domination. The main modes of play are the activation of an explosive device placed on a cannon that is found on the top of the bunker, which can be accessed in 3 different ways. The structure of the bunker allows the player to fire the enemy from the beach, but the height of the parapet, however, implies that the shot travels an extremely short distance. A trench in front of the bunker also allows the attackers another cover while entering the area. Further cover can be found in various parts of the level to favor the siege defense of the tower. Nettuno. This level has a very large extension and can have a maximum of 12 players. It's designed mainly as an open circular area in order to move around freely. It supports all lay modes, excluding bomb, activation and deactivation. The main play mode is domination of the main road, with the time limit. At either end of the level, equidistant from the center and invisible to both, 2 very high points can be found which have a view of the road, while just above the road there is an area of medium height that overhangs the center of the level. Ruined buildings, colonnades, and the faint lighting guarantee considerable cover, while the mud, in which the characters almost can disappear by crouching, makes for a slower and more intellectual game compared to the other levels. Pavia. This level has a very large extension and can have between 8 and 12 players. It's designed as a semicircular, asymmetrical central area with 2 respawn points equidistant from the center in terms of distance and navigability. It supports all play modes excluding bomb activation and deactivation. The main play mode is percentage domination of 3 courtyards, suitably distanced from a lower central space depressed and a lateral medium-sized square. In this case, the team that possesses at least 2 of the 3 courtyards at the end of the game wins. There is only one high area which can be accessed from a road off the main road used in the game. This area is perfect for a sniper. Specific buildings, structures, and environments allow the player easy navigation through the ruins of the town. Monastery. This level has a medium extension and can have between 6 and 10 players. It's designed as a spacious courtyard area surrounded by a wide ring road with interior and exterior halls. The columns are attached to in horizontal entrances. The trees, the tombstones, and the church constitute zones of cover that alternate between open spaces and closed spaces. Second level motion is allowed on the higher up areas, which can be accessed from two opposite points, one more exposed and the other more covered. An underground area also exists that connects the altar of the church to the central well via a crypt. This allows the players to maneuver and to outflank the enemy, cutting down the length of the level by over 2/3. The play modes available are Deathmatch and Team Deathmatch. Bunker Trains. This level has a very large extension and can have a maximum of 12 players. It's designed on two planes different geometrically as well as by textures and navigation. The higher plane has a circular and irregular form with clear textures and a short bridge that can be dominated, one of the locations to dominate. The lower plane is characterized by dark textures and irregular geometry with a greater presence of warm colors. It's designed with an enormous double room surrounded by numerous large windows to shoot from, down on the areas to dominate, as well as a long bridge that overhangs a significant part of it. Play modes available are Team Deathmatch, Deathmatch, and Percentage Domination. Seeing as there are uncovered areas in the center of many lines of fire, at least one of the areas to dominate encourages cooperation between the players, who can prove themselves in either covering from below or above. The long lines of fire also favor the sniper's role, which are normally sacrificed in closed environments. Bunker Bombs. This level has a middle extension and can have from 2 to 12 players. It's designed as an interwoven labyrinth of holes with some recognizable elements. Lower area characterized by dark textures, low lighting, and large hallways which serves as a passageway within the long outside area and the main maze. The longest hallways are designed with useful buttresses that allow the player an advanced range of cover motions, even on a very long road otherwise exposed to hostile fire. The play modes available are Team Deathmatch and Deathmatch. The idea behind this level is to create tension behind every corner in pure Swifter Trigger style. Ponte Vecchio. This level has a medium extension and can have from 2 to 12 players. It's designed in the same style as the historical Florentine bridge. It has numerous points of ambush in the structures built on the bridge itself and has a low passageway that allows access to the center of the bridge from the river. This asymmetry is created by the entrance from a side ambush zone, swiftly attainable and with even higher shooting points above the zone of domination. These areas are very important as the bridge is completely lacking in areas of cover. Seeing as the zone of domination is situated in the center of it, it's very difficult for the player to reach it without adequate cover. The play modes available are Team Deathmatch, Deathmatch, and Domination against the clock. The faithful reconstruction of Ponte Vecchio is of particular interest as it's designed just as it can be seen in the photography of the period. The Warehouse. This level has a small extension and can have from 2 to 6 players. It's designed as a single rectangular area completely navigable, subdivided into rectangular warehouse blocks that have 2 side small entrances and 1 large front entrance. Every warehouse contains different objects and different cover. It also has different walls and subdivisions. On the main road there are some barricades and a truck, indispensable elements in a verified environment that act above all as obstacles to avoid ambushes and camping toward the 2 main entrances situated on both the sides of the road. These main entrances are the point in which some explosive may be placed. The play modes available here are Team Deathmatch, Deathmatch, and Bomb Place Disarm. Tarvisio. This level has a medium extension and can have from 6 to 12 players. It's designed with 9 separate areas, navigable along an irregular circumference. 4 of these contain present as many raised bunkers. The main objective, domination, which can be played either against the clock or based on percentage. The players can freely navigate through the level, whose structure is designed to favor outflanking and a sense of claustrophobia. The bunker presents the only point of access that puts the defending player in the conditions to be able to effectively resist an individual opponent and favoring, on the other end, the cooperation between at least 2 attackers in order to take quick possession. Only 2 of the 4 bunkers have reciprocal visibility and allow ambivalent firing cover. Therefore, the possession of at least one of the bunkers becomes strategically important to favor one's own game. The play modes supported here are Team Deathmatch, Deathmatch, and Domination against the clock and Percentage Domination. Ticino. This level has a medium extension and can have from 6 to 12 players. It's designed with 3 rings, with its beginning in the center. The outer ring is made up of covered alleyways and residences. The middle ring is made up of the road, and the inner ring is made up of buildings made accessible only from the central point, a church and a small inner square. Numerous windows and doors guarantee spacious angles to shoot, even at 180 degrees angle on the road and on both sides. Players are therefore able to navigate the level either covered or uncovered, using the side passages with a longer distance or the more exposed station of shorter distance. The play modes supported here are Team Deathmatch and Deathmatch. Training. This game has a training level. It's made up of a small departure area and some terraces, where all of the available weapons can be found. Every terrace faces targets positioned at the correct distance for the suggested weapon, from 30 to 200 meters. The player can choose which weapon to use on a specific target based on the preferred distance. Message alerts indicate the quality of the aim and the position of the shot. For the level menus, there are some examples of the text I wrote. Franciscan Monastery, near Novara, autumn 1943. With the war reaching its apex, many inhabitants living in the town escaped the bombing by finding refuge in the nearby countryside of Novara. Families suggested that their young, who were devoted to the partisan cause, flee and hide in the mountains. Some small partisan groups found refuge in abandoned monasteries hidden in the high hills of the northern Italy. But in the meantime, a large number of combat fighters were mobilized with the aim of arresting and driving out anyone who in their eyes seemed revolutionaries. The war had just begun.